Hi everyone, this is my Ionic Wind. I saw the Intexa and the plasma channel and I wanted to make my own. One of the main things that I wanted more of was I wanted to measure it and see if I can make it more powerful because I think I can. What I saw from their graphs wasn't too many data points, and I wasn't sure how they went together. Um, Obviously, now looking back at it, I can't really make it better. I can barely even make my own work. Um, but what I can try to do is make it different and learn from them and just make it different. So this is my version 1. The good, it was a kind of like enclosed system, and that made it easier to measure. It wasn't very powerful, I would say, in any way. I tried going for like a one-dimensional test, so I used like a nail here and the a ball here, and tried to measure it. I made it way too big because the on my version 2, the envelope is somewhere between 15 millimeters and 25 millimeters. Um, but this here stick is for measuring stuff, and that's an okay idea. I did improve on it on the next one, and then this here was very hard to move in and out of this because there's a lot of friction, which I could have done a little bit better on this one and made it smaller. But I hadn't worked with too many 3D printing. And then, but the most important part is I was able to produce the uh, effect of ionic wind. And this is my second one. This one, it looks great. Look at that purple light. That's what I was really looking for, just to barely get anything. But I did go for a more basic design with a anode and a cathode here, just tinfoil curved around a 3D printed part. I did go for an open top. Um, I didn't need to make it as tall, but also I didn't really know what I was doing. This one, a lot easier to slide. I got my tolerances checked in there. It definitely produced it more, and it was kind of easier to see. Because the first one, I didn't even see this purple light at all. Um, some of the more fixable problems are that it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. It did what it needed to, and that's the 15 to 25 millimeters that I was telling you about. Um, that it was able to give me that answer of how big I needed to make it, and that'll help me in the future. So here's some ideas. I want to make a circular shape that accelerates the wind in there, kind of like a particle accelerator, you would say, but just for wind. And my idea here is to have a like a razor wire with a not razor wire, something sharp like a razor, and then a cathode here in the way, and then air would go around through here, enter through here. I'm not sure where it exit. That's kind of a thing I'm not really sure because you'd have to measure it somehow. I do have an idea that I'll show at the last slide. It's basically a spiral. Um, I think putting a nozzle at the end of the tube would make it better, but also I'm not really getting enough where I'm 100% sure on that. I think if I just made it shorter and then put it on there, then it would do better. That's fine. I wanted to try doing something with the quanta effect. Basically, my idea is I have a blade right here, and then a tapering off of a thing that would be able to get there, and then a cathode right there. So it increased the air. Um, Not sure. It might be something else that might be better. And then I also wanted to know if there was a saturation problem, whether if I made my cathode bigger or my anode maybe, I don't know, bigger, have more of them, and just, or maybe less of them might be a better idea. Um, I also think that trying to compress it, very interesting idea. Um, One thing I wanted to do was measure the theoretical speed of the wind. Um, One thing I would have to do is get the volume as well. I'm not sure because I'm pretty sure the electrons coming off the anode towards the cathode are, I don't know, pretty fast, but I'm not really sure how fast. I'm not really sure how to measure that. So that'd be something. That might be a key variable. But I have noticed in my test that um, putting a fan on the um, anode cathode area, no matter where it's pointing, it wasn't a very powerful fan, but that doesn't seem to affect the electrons jumping from there one side to the other. And then also, I wanted to see if there was any way to compress air. So like, let's say you have a tube and then you have a pressure gauge, and then it's basically open on this end, but the anode and cathode are in here, and they basically try to get as much pressure. I'm not sure that would work, but it's an idea I had. And then my last idea is this here. It is a spiral, and it has a fixed distance between the cathode, which is a tube here, and basically this is supposed to represent a razor, and what comes in here is basically an inlet here, an outlet here, and my idea is that it gets faster and faster with each level, um, but I still haven't tested that one. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you guys got any ideas.